might buy in a Sports Direct,
Yeah.
right? To all the way up to something you might get in a Liberty,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And Liberty and above. So there are loads of sneaker shops in the UK or in London. There are two amazing shops. One is called LNCC,
Right.
and one's called Sneakers and Stuff.
Okay.
And these are like the most premium shoe stores in probably the world.
Right.
Right. And essentially, because of this whole massive trend in the sneaker business, so they do premium shoes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they do premium sneakers.
Right.
And what happens is, right at the top of the pyramid, so right at the bottom of your pyramid is someone like Sports Direct.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you try to think, and we'll come on to consumer and resale in a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you think of product, try to think of it simultaneously with a home for it. So you think about the product and where would you see it? So as I said, your core everyday kind of sneaker, you'd probably go to a Sports Direct.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd make your way up. So you'd go to a JD Sports, a couple of levels higher. There's a shop called Size.
Yes, Size.
Which
Yeah.
which
of
is
course.
also owned by JD.
Mm-hmm.
That's a few levels higher. Then there's Offspring, Soul, Foot Asylum, so on and so forth. These are what I'd say, mid to top end, or kind of mid to the top end of mid
Yeah.
tier distribution.
Of course.
And then, of course, you go into the top tier distribution. So in this whole landscape, the top tier distribution in today's day and age is driven by collaborations.
Mm.
And the biggest and the most famous collaboration, obviously, is Adidas and Yeezy, which
Yeah.
is basically Kanye's shoe. Right?
Exactly.
So Kanye, that shoe is today $1 billion industry.
Of course.
One shoe. And now you see that the thing is, what also a lot of these retailers and a lot of the brands are doing, they actually make limited edition footwear.
Yeah.
What it means is that they make 500 and they would probably have a little stamp on the side or the inside of the shoe which says 1 of 500, 2 of 500, 3 of 500, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know that particular color or that particular style, 500 was made in 2017, and you have one of them. So it almost becomes like a collector's item.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a collectible. Don't think of it as a footwear functional product. The guys who value that are willing to pay thousands of dollars for that.
Yeah, and that's what's changed, hasn't it? Because a few years ago, it would have been the proper enthusiasts and only the proper enthusiasts who would have gone and actually bought these shoes for such high prices. But now it's kind of, like you said, it's become into a thing where everyone, even if they're not into the quality, they'll just buy it because it's such a collectible and it's such a limited edition rare item.
Yeah, and by virtue of being limited edition, by default, it becomes very rare. So you've only got 500 of those. But I still think that it's not a mainstream thing for me. I think that it's still got to be the geeks. You know, like my son, my oldest son, is a Star Wars, Doctor Who.
Right.
geek,
Okay.
And he'd go to Forbidden Planet and buy little miniature, Star
Figurines
Wars characters,
and stuff.
and
Right.
I just don't get it. So it still needs to be somebody who's really into that.
Sure.
And I remember that when we used to do, when we started doing Fila and this whole retro heritage trend came on, we actually met people who had never opened those garments. They'd bought it 15, 20 years ago. For them, it's a piece of art. So the collectible or the resale value of collectibles is driven by two factors, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
One is the scarcity or the rarity of the product. So if only 50 was made, it would be even more expensive.
Of course.
So that's one. Because I think you've got to factor in the other thing is that unlike clothes, shoes go through a lot more wear and tear.
Yeah.
So no one's really wanting to buy shoes which have been worn and knackered. They want to buy it in pristine condition, even though it was a 20-year-old item.
Yeah. Refurbished
they wanted it in the
almost.
box. They wanted the way it was meant to be sold.
Yeah.
So I think that the collectible item, which is almost like a piece of art, has a lot of value. But if you were to buy, say, a Balenciaga shoe, which is 700 quid, you wear it for 2 years, and then you think, all right, it's a Balenciaga, so let's try and sell it. You'll get nothing for it.
Exactly.
Because you're wearing it every day, you worn it, and also the thing is with these kind of, there's this whole fashion trend. These brands are in and out. Whereas your classic Nikes or Adidas or, the Air Max is a classic, the Jordans, the Air Max, these are absolute, especially if there's a story behind it. There's a store in New York, and you might be able to get online.
Right.
It's called Opening Ceremony.
Okay.
And I'll also get you another name of another store. So and these stores actually have like really high-end kind of footwear, but also a lot of the footwear they buy and then they refurb it. So they sell it, they fix it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I think
so shoes, the resale side of shoes needs to be fixed. It can't be especially if it's going to be sold at a premium, it can't be sold looking all knackered and horrible.
Yeah. Have you heard of StockX?
StockX?
Yeah.
No.
So that's it started in Detroit, and it's a really fast growing kind of reselling website and marketplace as well. It's almost like an eBay for sneakers. I think it's valuated around 10 billion now, so it's growing at huge rates. Would you say that is gonna become a problem for these retailers? For example, Fila, if these shoes that they're selling are getting resold for so much higher prices, do you think that would be a problem, or do they see that as a positive?
No, I think they'll see it as a positive. They'll see it as a new channel of distribution. So you've got to in your brain, you need to understand how you need to restructure your own line and your collections, because at the end of the day, the power that these guys have is their brand name. So as long as a Nike is desirable, as long as a Fila or Reebok Classic, New Balance, Adidas Originals, as long as that is desirable, there will always be an opportunity for them to sell it. And if there's a new channel of distribution that opens up, they'll only view it as a positive, not a negative.
That's true.
So what might happen is the right question to ask is, would somebody like, if that was in the UK, would somebody like JD Sports be affected? Maybe. Depends on what price points they're selling it at. What kind of shoes are they selling it at? So, at the end of the day, what we've seen in the industry is that, people are still spending money. They're just not spending money where they used to.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's just a change. But the point is, are they buying the same brands? They are, because Nike is growing, Adidas is growing, Fila is growing. So all these brands are booming. So that means they're selling the brand, but maybe they're not selling it in the old brick and mortar where dad and mom used to go and buy. I'll buy it off Instagram, or I'll buy it off StockX, or I'll buy it off wherever. So the money, the avenue to sell the product has changed, but clearly not the product itself. There's such a huge demand for retro footwear.
So, just to clarify, what kind of part did you play in Fila? What was your kind of job description?
I was the head of product for Europe.
Amazing. Okay.
On clothing.
Right.
And so I was based in Milan for good 5 years, and then when I left in 2011 to start my own company. So, but yeah, I worked there for almost 13 years.
So, in your experience, how do these companies try and, other than the brand name, how do they try and differentiate and come out with so many new things at such a quick pace in this market? What's the key? What do they try and do other than, like you said, collaborations? Is there anything else?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the brands have their own design, development, R&D,
Yeah.
and they spend millions on that. But that's what these brands do. I mean, to answer your question, that would be the infrastructure and the people that these brands are able to hire. I mean, look at take Nike as an example. It is probably growing at a faster rate than it ever has been growing.
Yeah.
And they're hiring the best talent, and they're still being able to sell shoes from $50 to $1,000.
That's true. Yeah. Amazing. Cool.
But the product life cycle is a different thing altogether. In terms of how brands create product, it's a different it's a different discussion because it's quite lengthy. It's actually not as fast as you think it is. It takes 1.5 years to launch a product.
Really?
Yep. On an average, a good shoe, a new shoe would take close to $500,000 of investment in tooling and a year and a half to launch it.
Wow. Which makes it hard, doesn't it?
As I'm saying, from a sketch, from a drawing, from an idea.
Yeah.
What we call mind to market. From a designer's head onto a shoe rack somewhere is about a year and a half process.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but everybody's working with those same lead times, so it's industry norm. I mean, if you're talking about mass volume or big volume product, but of course, if you want to do 50 pieces, it's a different ball game altogether.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you so much for answering all these questions.
No problem at all. If you have any further questions.
Yeah. If you're alright, I'll always call you back if there's anything else that comes to my mind. But there's some really good stuff there that I can use. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, all the best with your project.
Oh yeah, thanks. You too. Cheers. Bye.
Send me the podcast when it's done. I'm sure.
Yeah, we will. It should be on iTunes as well. I can send you a link.
I'll learn a few things from your kids.
I'm not sure about that.
Anyway.
Cheers. You too. Bye.
Bye, ciao.